We are not running away from the topic of packages and frameworks, and we will take a look at a package called Laravel Fortify, which is kind of part of Laravel, not the framework, but the ecosystem. And example is Laravel Jetstream. For those of you who don't know that much, Laravel Fortify is the backend provider for authentication, which may be used in whatever client. It may be Laravel, it may be anything else. But Laravel Jetstream is an example of a client that uses Laravel Fortify under the hood for the authentication. And Fortify is built in a way that it would be reusable and extendable. Let me show you how. So in the Laravel Jetstream documentation, how to configure some stuff, it says that Laravel Fortify is used under the hood, and the way, for example, to define your own authentication views is Fortify login view. So you add Laravel Fortify in your Jetstream service provider and override the default Fortify. How does it look under the hood? So if we go to the source of the Fortify, there's a class Fortify, and there are some methods, and one of them is login view. Login view, which is what you called from the Jetstream here, overrides the default login view response with your view. So in this way you define all the other pages what you will use for the Fortify for the front end, for example, two-factor challenge view, reset password view, register view, and it all binds the singleton to the interface. For example, register view response, if we search for that in all the Fortify repository, it's an interface. Then it is used in a simple view response class, which defines all the login view response, register view response, and all the others. So that's another example of solid principles. As you can see, many interfaces, many small interfaces here. And then it is used in the registered user controller for the registration of Fortify. You can see that create of registered users by default is with interface register view response, and creates whatever class is responsible for that. So app register view response is transferred to the app singleton of login view, whichever login view you provide. It may be a little hard to understand, but what I mean here in general is that Laravel Fortify is built in a way that you could reuse a lot of things. So another example, creates new users, is another interface, another contract. So if we take a look at that, we go to the source Fortify of create users using, and again, you can override that. You can call create users using and define your own class, your own callback function to override that create new user. So again, it's closed for modification but open for extension like solid principles define.